Good day. We're going to present something about a digital inclusive prize. That's from Cisco regarding digitize, do more good. So our topic is the secret White House tapes. It's something with a data-driven presidential recordings program by our team at Lane College. The presidency or the secret White House tapes is a program thanks to the PRP at the Mueller Center at the University of Virginia on YCO via data solution. We have 5 aspects when we talk about the digital archiving and the transformed analytics. The first is something like an introduction about this technology used to support, to present the presidential recording program. The second, we have more focus on comprehensive cloud service. The third is about a featured recording prepared and in the cloud service. And then narrow down to President Nixon sounds like something we're going to zoom in down to the President Nixon's profile. The last one also, but not the least, is about IPPP. So this program with a PRP via data is orchestrated as US via digital archiving and transformed analytics. That means data. So the first is about a universal interface for user design automation. The second one is about a user-centric experience for better accessibility. The third is about a ubiquitous service in cloud for high availability. And the last is about security-enabled communication via cryptography. So here is the entries for the program. You can see that. And we have one-stop entries. So here you go. When we open it up, all the 5 aspects are prepared in a kind of foldable lantern style in a way. So here you see, we open this part, and you can see beneath, we have a whole bunch of archived stuff, but in analytical transformation ways. So one-stop service opens a foldable lantern for multiple presidential archives. Now we come to the point about the comprehensive cloud service. Michael, your turn.
Here is the archival bar. The bar manages all the recordings of all the presidents. All the presidents are archived with multiple tabs to access each president. Under Roosevelt, all his audio is accessible, titled, and dated. Easily switch between different presidential recordings within the same context by hitting the next tab. Here is Nixon audio files. He has a lot, but they are easily stored in subfolders within his tab.
Thank you.
May I ask a question?
Yes, go ahead.
How do we associate comprehensiveness with user-centric experience?
Thank you. When we talk about comprehensiveness, it's about a context as a whole that is going to center the user when he is going to explore or browsing the same content. So comprehensive means the user-centered context for the better experience. Thank you. Now we come to featured recording. Those are from the Mueller Center about the recordings, but we presented it here for easy accessibility. Now it's your turn again, Michael.
Here are the brief outline of individual cases in each president with their broad content listed as well. Access any president quickly to see who it is, what to see, and why is it helpful. Content is enriched with videos, photo shows, storytellings, and hierarchical depth.
That's awesome. Thank you.
May I ask another question?
Yes, sure.
How do you organize multimedia to be presented in an appropriate means?
Thank you. We create a very advanced API, which means application programming interface. This is very flexible interface, allows the same interface to present, to play any multimedias like audios, videos, slideshow, photos, and the websites. So this is kind of very advanced technology applied to multimedia in the presentation. Thank you. Now we come down to the narrative, down to the President Nixon. Sounds like we're going to zoom into a specific president. Now it's your turn, Lance.
Okay, let's look into a President Nixon case. You can see that on the page it shows the family history, typical video, different contents, photos, musics, and more, all in one place. In terms of the contextualities, you can see that there's personal models, there's more information to disclose. You can fill in with more paragraph, and it's easy to manage the content. You can see on the slide, there's some direct play videos listed out one by one, and you can open it up. There's more contents and stories and details.
That sounds awesome.
So I have a question. What kind of database tech utilized for content management?
Okay, great. In the first place, we utilize we say big data, but we name it as distributed dark base that can be distributed or employed on multiple servers in a distributed manner. So here, the database allows us to manage the content in the way, number one, very flexible, number two, ubiquitous. What does it mean? Which means one server is failed, but the other part would be joined on to pick up. So that's kind of idea. So this database actually is greatly to map the presentation in the front end. So this is good. Thank you. A big database or document base. Thank you. Now we come to most exciting point, the last but not the least. It's about IPPP, instant preparation, presentation, and publishing. Now your turn, Rod.
As you can see on the two presidents, archive presentation enables with instant editor alternatively. As you can see from clicking on the context box at the end of the sentence from Franklin D. Roosevelt, it shows a floating image, a floating left image layout from the instant editor, instant prepare with image floating layout and paragraph published.
Awesome, thank you.
I have a question.
Yes, please slow down to ask your question. Thank you.
How to associate IPP to user-centric experience with information security?
Okay, awesome, thank you. Actually, I would say YCL is a great platform. We have a triple P. Prepare, which means you can do editing to present something, and also publishing, and also you can browse. All come together in the instant way. What does that mean, instant? You can do it, you can do browsing, you can do editing, you can do publication right away. Immediately the other side is going to be made public. Another thing also very important, our information is well secured by utilize cryptography technology. So anything on your screen, when you finished, you upload automatically something already encrypted. So anything stored on the remote server, well encrypted. So this means in the transmission or communication between the client server, the client device and the server, everything is in the security enabled status. Thank you. So now I have to conclude. We start from one-stop service. It's for the user-centric accessibility. So you need to find one place. You can open up anything associated. That means one-stop service. You know, sometimes we have too many entries. We got ignored. We got lost. But here, just one here. The second is about dynamic dashboard. This is very user-friendly interface or interactive automation. What does that mean? Usually, we keep our users staying within the same context. But sometimes you may need to directly access an individual aspect. So this dynamic dashboard, as you explore something already outlined automatically, you can click on the side left bar and you can directly access the part. That's the idea. The other one is bar-based enhancement. As I mentioned, this is something we call it foldable lantern style to present a thing. So this helps user-centric extensibility. So for instance, we have archive for tapes or featured recordings. So each one you can open it up to access everything is extensible or enhancement. So this one is auto searchable list for user fast accessibility. Let me put it this way. So we have a list, but usually the traditional UI design, you have to make up the list. As you increase, add more, as you drop, decrease or delete. But here we made it automated according to the boxes stored in the distributed database that allows you to automatically generate this kind of list for rapid accessibility. That's the idea. So here we say well-archived folders for user-centric experience. Let's see, even for a single president, he may need a huge website, right? But here, he just shrink as a box. So for instance, President Roosevelt. So when you open this up, you can go deeper to explore almost anything under his context. That means user-centric experience. The other one is the editor for PPPP, again, presentation, preparation, and publication with great ease by using instant editor. Any questions? So maybe we could raise a lot of questions, but we already designed the question integrated into different part of the presentation. I think this is great, okay? But we can do more. Thank you. Okay, stop recording.